Game on.
He hasn't had any situations so far this weekend, Adrian Lewis, where he's been put under pressure. A 6-1 win over Remco van Eyden. When he was very good, he averaged nearly 103. Terry Jenkins never really got going against him, and Adi got ahead of him and then just coasted the rest of the game. He only averaged just shy of 94, but it was a 6-2 win. He got the job done. There's nothing wrong with that. If you get the win and you're not really under pressure, you don't have to produce your very best. Sometimes, these guys aren't going to go and play full throttle, 100% right the way through a tournament very often.
34.
But they need to be able to turn it on when it counts in the closing stage, latter stages of the tournament, when they need to play their best against informed players like Daryl Gurney or Michael Van Gerwen or whoever.
Yes, you're exactly right. And Lewis himself, we talked about Gurney in a good spell, but Lewis is certainly in a good spell. Changed the darts, put a couple of 2 or 3 grams on the dart. He said, I throw them just a little bit harder, they stay a lot straighter, and I'm playing a lot better with them.
94.
Sometimes it's got nothing to do with putting a couple of grams, it's just that confidence that you've got something different. Yep, that's what it is.
It's all in the head. And Daryl Gurney.
Well,
why not? Why not firing at 180? 4,000 fans here, try and get a bit of noise.
80. Daryl, you require 19.
But it does leave him 19. Double 8 now, and that is a very, very good response from Daryl Gurney after Adi Lewis fired in a 177 early on in that leg.
Yes, a very tidy leg.
134.
Yeah, we've talked about Daryl about big scoring, how many more 180s he's hit. And thank you very much. It's much appreciated that you can hit one just as I'm asking for one. Well, that's 2 already.
100.
Yeah, well, Adrian can't afford to underestimate Daryl Gurney. I don't know why he would. If he'll be aware of what kind of performance Daryl put in this afternoon against
58.
Peter Wright, averaging 105 as he saw off the Premier League star.
Well, it looked like at one time that Pete was going to run away with the game as well.
Well, I mean, halfway through, he was dominating, he was bullying him and averaging, 110 himself. But Daryl's stuck in there. Peter's level just dropped a little bit, and Daryl was superb.
But Adi, we talk about confidence. He's in a good place at the moment.
140.
With that scoring power he possesses, he's never going to be out of the game. And a lot of times he'll bully the game.
100.
Yeah, well, we obviously saw him on that run to the final at the World Championship at Alexandra Palace. 17 scored, 70 left. Single 20, leaves the ball.
62.
Doesn't get
Daryl
it.
require 105.
So is this a dart at the bullseye to start with? No, he goes for the treble 19 and pins it. So he does
16.
73. 80 required 25. Game shot of second
Darts that are missed in the early legs
third leg, Daryl
can come back to haunt you. That one dart at double 16 to break the thrower Lewis. Sometimes against the
100.
top seeds, that's all you're going to get. You've got to take them.
92.
Yeah, Adrian Lewis seeded 6th for this event. He is world number 3. Recent World Championship runner-up, beaten by Gary Anderson in the final. It's fair to say that it was a professional World Championship from Adrian Lewis, but there was probably only one game where we really turned it on.
Yeah, I've said quite a few times, Dan, I don't think he was at his best. And that just shows the talent the young man's got, because he wasn't at his best and he still made the final. But he come up against someone in Gary Anderson that's very much like Adi. That's got this prolific scoring power, and it was Anderson that got in front and stayed there.
But he wasn't very far away, and were it not for a brilliant 170 check out from Gary Anderson, and what turned out to be the final set, things might have been different. We're not seeing the 170 from Adrian Lewis here.
40.
Not seeing him set it up very well. So Daryl Gurney to go back into the lead at 2-1. We're only going to get one dart. And it's at double 16.
Game shot in the
That'll do
third
it.
leg.
This time he does, yes, this time he does it the double 16 with a single dart.
84.
Mensur Suljovic awaits the winner of this one. Mensur into a 5th European Tour semi-final. He just keeps doing it.
How well did he play? I mean, we keep saying it about he's slow and whatever. But when we talk about hold on to your throw strongly, I mean, he has been absolutely top-notch at it.
It just keeps happening. It's not coincidence. It's not a freak set of results. Keeps going up there and he keeps producing the goods. And his sponsors must be delighted because he gets loads of airtime. Get a patch on his shirt. Up there for 45 minutes.
129.
Perhaps that's why he does swan about a little bit up there to give his sponsors that extra airtime.
Well, he runs his own business, doesn't he? He's got a bowler in Austria. He's a businessman. He knows what he's doing, Mensur. He's not an idiot. Now the Mensur. Unable to find double 14.
Well, if Daryl can put in a big score here, you know, double 7's not a great double. A lot of people would go 25, but and that's a typical example. We're taking the risk and getting the reward from it.
Game shot.
Although it was all irrelevant in the end.
Fifth leg Daryl.
A lot of players would have gone the 25 there, left a straight ton. But like I said, sometimes the risk and reward, it's worth it.
Because that's it. If you hit the bullseye, then an extra 25. It doesn't. All right, give you the guaranteed dart at the double, but
by hitting the treble 20, leaving a 65.
Than that, isn't it?
Yes, it gives him 2 darts and a double if he hits the 25. So coming back, so method in the madness.
45.
Just the 45. Chance now for Adrian Lewis to try and apply some pressure, get ahead in this leg, get the break of throat that he's going to have to get. He's going to win this match with Daryl throwing first and back-to-back ton 40s. Just what the doctor ordered.
Well, a big visit from here. He's going to give him to squeeze.
35.
It's not too bad. 86 left. Gives him a dart at least at the bullseye. And 180, like he did before. That's exactly what he's done. Gets a bit of noise going in the crowd. Hoping to put Lewis off for this 86. Well, the way Lewis and the mood he's in, I was going to say, yeah, that's a brilliant 86 from Adrian Lewis. The first break of throw off the match. It goes to Lewis. And now he steps up to take a 4-2 lead.
Yeah, Adrian Lewis firing in the 11 darter to break and go 3-2 up. Look, this is exactly the kind of stuff that Peter Wright was throwing at Daryl Gurney. He managed to weather the storm and come away with the victory. But doing it twice in a row, it's a tall order. Both these guys averaging well over 100 at the minute. Phenomenal standard. And it's just yet another maximum from Daryl Gurney. That's his 4th, only in leg 6.
Well, there are the averages. Daryl Gurney overall average is far above his first 9. And he's in there again. Now he went for this before, and that's 2 on the trot. What a great leg of darts to try and get your throw back from Daryl Gurney.
Chinspirational.
40.
To the Northern Irishman.
45.
Double 16 again. And he gets it, and it's an 11 darter right back at you, Adrian.
7th leg, Daryl to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, the last two legs are 2 11s to break each other's throat.
This is new territory for Daryl Gurney. He has made a couple of semi-finals, a couple of quarter-finals on the Pro Tour last year, and of course he had that run in the Players' Championship finals. All the way to the semis, beat Gary Anderson along the way. Never made a quarter-final of a European Tour event, but then he looked to the man aboard. That is 6 180s. We're in leg 7.
He is prolific with the 180s now. I mean, I don't know. I haven't really had to sit down, a chance to sit down and ask him what the change was. But there's no question. The 180s he hits now is incredible. That's the second leg on the trot that he's hit 180s back to back.
5 in the last 3 legs from Daryl Gurney. And Adrian Lewis, one of the biggest 180 hitters in the game, is being given a lesson in power scoring by the Northern Irishman, who's just hit another 11 darter. It's 3 consecutive 11 darters in this game. One for Lewis to take the lead and break the throw, and Gurney has just thrown 2 right back at him. That is world class.
78.
Yes, well, and the ones before them are not too shabby either. 3 11, 13, 15, 17. That's a bit odd.
And that 17 was after Gurney had missed a dart at dart 16, which would have been a 15 dart leg.
Yes.
Look at that, 112 average for Daryl Gurney.
He's hit more 180s than he has 140s.
Just trying to even it up.
Yeah, incredible scoring. He's just taken 80s off the ball a little bit. The first dart's not going in the right position for him.
Well, that leaves the 170. We've seen Adrian Lewis have a couple of goes at it and fail to take it out, but that's great physics.
That deflection didn't do him any favours whatsoever, did it? He could have fired the maximum and he would have been absolutely spot on, but now Gurney hasn't punished him, so he gets 6 darts from here, but he wants to wrap it up in 3. Double 18. Double 18 it is. That's a 15 dart leg from Lewis. 4 legs apiece for these two guys. Oh, going hammer and tongs at each other.
Absolutely incredible stuff, and Daryl Gurney can't miss that treble 20. This is jaw-dropping scoring from Daryl Gurney. Ady looking for number 1. Oh, that's his first. If I told you they're going to be 9 180s halfway through the 9th leg,
I'd have believed you.
Yeah, but would you think they would be spread in this manner between these two? Oh, now then, look at that. Like that. Like that from Daryl Gurney. Bit of aggression. Hang on.
25.
Nearly.
Well, who can get home in 6 darts from here? Gurney will have the first attempt. 25. Now that's a stray dart. That hasn't helped. That has opened the door up a little bit for Ady, but he needs to find at least 1 treble. Wow, after those first 6 darts, and both players have come in with bad scores. 54 leaves 74.
88.
Sets it up perfectly.
This would be a huge shot. Perhaps shot of the weekend if it goes. It's not going to, and Daryl Gurney is going to get 3 darts at double top to go within 1 leg of the semi-finals. Getting closer.
Game shot.
And finds it. And it is 5-4. And Adrian Lewis has to win the last 2 legs. And that's going to be very difficult against a man who is smashing in 180s. Smashing in 180s. Over and over again. That is 9. And I believe that may be a record on the European Tour.
Well, when we talk about power scoring, we normally talk about Lewis, Anderson, Van Gerwen. But certainly this has been a display of top power scoring. 9 on 180s. 7 on 140s. Just the 8 tons.
Great darts, Adrian Lewis. The darts of a 2-time world champion. Still in there fighting. He's not going to be bullied by Daryl Gurney.
No, and 80s averages are brilliant as well. I mean, it's an incredible game of darts. Possibly going to get 6 from here, but he wants to wrap it up. Poor front.
Not going the bullseye route with Daryl Gurney on 161.
Well, do you know what? We've talked about this quite a bit this weekend, haven't we? And there'll be times when a player will take the shot out against you.
Could it happen? No, not on this occasion. So Adrian Lewis, the gamble has paid off because he gets 3 darts at tops, and he does love tops, and he needs it. Needs to hit this. Needs to hit 10s now.
Oh dear. All the experience of Adrian Lewis has let this game go. 3 clear darts to make a semi. He's gone 6 for double 16. And it is all about getting over the line. They're the hardest doubles to hit.
I do not believe this. Six darts to take us to a deciding leg, all missed by the double world champion. Daryl Gurney has already missed 2 match darts. Can he find the winning shot? Double 8 now. Yes, he can. And Adrian Lewis, dumped out by Daryl Gurney, wins it 6-4 with a mind-boggling 9 180s. 105 average against Peter Wright in the last round. He has done even better in terms of the numbers this time around. This man could go on and lift the title and win a first European Tour event. He's not even made the quarter-finals before this weekend. But Daryl Gurney is through, and he will face Mensur Suljovic. We'll have a quick couple of words with him, and then the semi-finals will begin. Michael Van Gerwen versus Mervyn King, and then Mensur Suljovic against a terrifyingly high score in Daryl Gurney.
But there are, congratulations, what a great game. 9 180s, a 107 average. You must be happy.
Is that all? Just shows you that the starter in the PDC, if Area took out that 40 there, we would have went to 5 each. And that 107 average could have went to nothing. He could have blitzed me in the last leg. So I'm over the moon. I'm beyond the moon.
You're in your first semi-final on the European Tour. Mensur Suljovic is up next. Any thoughts on that one?
Yeah, no, not really. I'm going to go back, do what I've done to beat Peter Wright, to beat Adrian Lewis. I'm going to respect the player because they're proper players. I'm going to try my damnedest to beat him again. And if I come through that game, I'm a happy and I'm a lucky man, but No, I'm not getting too excited yet.
Well, I think these people will be happy. You know why? Because they get to sing Sweet Carolina at least one more time. Dames en heren, in de halve finale, Gurney!
Look at the night, and it don't seem so lonely. We fill it up with only